Off to a pretty good start here for a Hammer Down Racing series in the Xfinity series level. Hello, everyone. My name is Canute, and joining me tonight in the booth is HDRS Biker OG. Welcome, Biker. You had a great race last week at Talladega.
Oh, yeah, it was a pretty good race. Didn't get the finish I wanted to get, but I did get a stage win, so that helped me out a little bit.
All right. So this week we go from the biggest, baddest speedway in NASCAR to probably the one of the most loved speedways that unfortunately will be get not quite go away, but we'll be getting a reface, so to speak, here, going from a 2 mile speedway to a short track. Biker, why don't you tell us about Auto Club Speedway?
Well, Auto Club Speedway, as most of us know, is located in Fontana, California. It's a 2 mile low bank D-shaped oval. I think NASCAR started racing here in 1997, and it is a great track. If you've ever had a chance to go there and see it, or had a chance on this game to race it, you know it's very fast. These drivers will be doing upwards to 200 miles an hour into turn one, and it makes for exciting racing. For the capacity here at Auto Club's Motor Speedway, it holds 122,000, which is pretty awesome for speedways. That's a lot of people there. Besides that, the bankings in the turns is 14 degrees. On the front stretch is 11 degrees, and the back stretch is 3 degrees. And our boy Greg Moore, Renard 971 in kart racing, holds the track record here at 30.9 seconds. The surface is asphalt. It was resurfaced, I believe, in the early 2000s, and it was California Speedway until 2008 when it changed to Auto Club Motor Speedway. They do a lot of things here at Auto Club. They do motorcycle racing. They have a drag strip here. They do kart racing here. It's a multi-use facility, and it's just a great place to race. And I'll tell you what, tonight with the guys we got in this race, you're going to see some hot racing action. And you know that's how it goes, Canute.
That's right. With as wide a track as it is, I expect to see multiple attempts at three wide racing going off into the corners here. A lot of draft can be put into use here at this speedway. Biker, you're quite experienced at these tracks. I would probably put a gander at these D-shaped ovals being among your favorites on the NASCAR schedule. Biker, what would you say the secret to winning at Auto Club Speedway is?
Patience is always the secret on the speedways. I think you have to pick your spots to make your moves. A lot of guys try to get under guys coming out of turn two onto the back stretch, but they end up losing a little bit of speed. And guy on the outside usually always gets out in front of them on that back stretch. But I think just have some patience. If you have a good car, you don't have to stick your nose in where it doesn't really belong. I think you just need to bide your time. Openings will come, mistakes will be made, and if you can be patient and make the fewer mistakes, you'll be doing real well in this race tonight.
That's right. Ray Graham, our buddy Happy, he says don't lose the draft, and I can agree 100% to that. Auto Club Speedway is definitely one of those tracks where you want to stay as close to the lead pack as possible, and definitely want to keep in touch with the leaders. That would probably be your best bet to try and get a stage win. With 3 times tire wear and 50% races this season for the Xfinity Series, I expect the field to spread out even during the stages. Looking at the starting lineup here, Playboy Icy makes his return to the Hammer Down Racing Series. He will be starting on pole in the number 5 Toyota with a lap of 39.245 seconds around this 2-mile speedway. That's an average speed of 183.462 miles per hour. Starting outside the front row will be Lando Extendo in the 68 machine. He had a lap of 183.057 miles an hour. Jim Milton will be racing the number 9 this season. He starts in third with a lap of 182.205 miles an hour. That's still less than 3/10 of a second off the pole lap by Playboy Icy. Starting fourth will be HDRS MF Brown. He drives the number 16 machine, being quarters of a second behind Playboy Icy. He put in a fast lap of 180.325 miles an hour. Starting in the fifth spot will be newcomer HDRS Wes Bowen with a lap of 177.888 miles an hour, little over 1.2 seconds off the pole lap by Playboy Icy, and picking up a provisional because he lagged out of the session is Dunlap Racing 33. He's driving the number 7 machine tonight, with the rest of the field filling in behind those fine gentlemen. Biker, what would you say would be the winning pit strategy here? Do you go with 2 tires at all? Is it 4 tires all the way? Do you play fuel? What do you do?
Well, man, in this short of a race, in a 50% race, and I believe they only get 13 miles on a tank full, 13 laps, I'm sorry. Seemingly to me, it's going to be hard to take 2 tires unless it's at the end of a stage and at the end of a race and there's only, a few laps to go. Maybe you can do that. Otherwise, this is a 4-tire track, and you want to have 4 tires because the difference between taking 2 and taking 4 is probably 0.2 of a second around that track. So I'm looking forward to most guys on a basic pit stop of taking 4 tires, and there's going to be some people, though, that like to gamble, and we like those people because we like to see what happens. And there'll be people taking 2 tires, and in certain situations, maybe somebody might not take any. We'll just have to see if the race, how it goes along, and where those pits come. And hopefully we have very limited yellows tonight, and we stay green, and we can get some green flag pit stops in and just have a real exciting one tonight.
I'm looking forward to this race as well. Remember, for Hammered Down Racing, it's all about putting that hammer down, not saving any fuel. The most fuel that you can save is 2 laps beyond what the estimated fuel strategy is. So most that these guys will be allowed to go is 15 laps. Any bit further, and basically they will be suffering a penalty. Looks like we'll have 15 racers in the lobby tonight. Joining the field will be THC Drip Rev. That's Rye, our good buddy. Visceral Killer's in this race as well. He'll be starting 7th. Twoon will be starting in 8th in your car, there, Biker, in the number 13.
Yes, I handed it over to him earlier this evening.
I like that. I like that call. I like seeing the 13 machine. And I wonder if Twoon also has some of the other paint schemes, other than the Knoxville Toyota dealership paint scheme. Don't get me wrong. For you, Biker, that paint scheme is iconic. But just once, I'd like to see the Miami Dolphins throwback paint scheme out there.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? I'm not the guy that's hard into paint schemes.
Right.
So I just go with what they have straight up. Any other paint schemes for that car would have to be a God and another pack, I believe. Otherwise, there's not another paint scheme for the car unless you buy an extra pack to get one.
Did you get some of the free add-on packs that are available?
I don't even look for them because, like I said, paint schemes aren't no big deal to me, man. Just flying around the track is all I really care about.
All right, fair enough. We're still waiting. Looks like we got 16 guys in the room now. New driver just joining us tonight, driving the number 51 machine. Looks like pro hit pace car, driving the number 51 machine. Dark Knight will be racing the number 4 machine as well. And Stag will be racing tonight in the number 8 car. So looks like we got a field just chock full of pros in this field tonight. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the newcomers can do. Talladega being what it is, anyone can win this race, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the Xfinity regulars can do up against our pros, so to speak. So, Biker, I'll let you go first. Who's your pick to win tonight?
Gee, that's a good one, man. But I tell you, if you want to know the truth, if he stays out of trouble, my boy Playboy Icy will win this race.
He had a fast car during practice. I can confirm that. It seemed like he ran away from the rest of the field there. Another guy to keep an eye out on for tonight, in my opinion, will be HDRS, the Mr. Toon 5 in that 13 machine, with him making pretty much his Xfinity Series debut officially. I'd like to see what he's going to do. But I am going to go with the 68 machine of Lando Extendo.
That's a good pick, too.
We'll keep an eye out.
That's a good pick, too. Lando's very fast.
Yes, he is. We'll keep an eye out for other drivers as this race goes on. Looks like we are set and ready to go. The lobby selected on Auto Club Speedway. Just waiting. I'm watching Dark Knight's live stream. I'm just waiting for the start button to be pressed on the host screen of Playboy Icy as we get set for I believe that would be 150 miles of racing. It's 75 laps tonight.
Yeah.
So the timer is underway. And as soon as we see the words join, we are going. And here we go. I saw the word join. I'm going.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the spectacle that is Hammer Down Racing Series, the Xfinity Series, going at it for 75 laps or 150 miles.
Yes, this Auto Club race is going to be fantastic tonight. I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it. Just sit down for a moment and relax, because I'm sure not many laps are going to go by and you'll be sitting right on the front of your seat watching these bad boys show you how to race.
Shout out to HDRS iShoot tuning in tonight. Welcome, iShoot. Glad that you could keep an eye on the Xfinity regulars.
We're off and running.
Playboy Icy down on the bottom, Lando Extendo on top, lead them into turns 1 and 2, already fading out 3 wide, some guys drifting up high, other guys taking advantage a little bit further back.
We got a little wall action by somebody there.
Oh, and someone around. Pro hit pace car in the wall, and that's Wes Bowen in the on the inside in the number 89 machine. So it looks like
we got Jim Milton in third place, looking to get up on Playboy Icy's rear end, as Lando Extendo's definitely taking the outside line.
I see that your son Woody is in this race tonight as well.
You know, I knew he was going to show up. He said he probably was going to. I told him that'd be fantastic. You know, he would like to race full time, but with the scheduling, he'll only be able to show up every once in a while. And you know, good for him, because we all know Woody and know he's a real good driver out here.
Well, the car around, that's the 7 of Dunlap. Oh, multiple cars around. That should bring out an in-game caution before we even get to the end of lap 1.
As they're slowing down out front.
Oh, such a shame. Not sure exactly how that happened, but I saw the 7 of Dunlap go around. The 08 going around as well. That's THC Drip Reverend. Not entirely sure who else. Oh, it looks like Twoon is driving one of the different paint schemes.
I was just going to tell you, he's driving the great Southern paint scheme.
That is a very sharp paint scheme, I gotta say.
Green and white. It looks really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Oh man, that is a beautiful machine. But as it stands right now, Playboy Icy will be restarting from the lead with Lando Extendo outside of him.
And I got the tail end of this covered, Canute, if you want to keep the front end covered. We'll see what happens here on these first couple of laps.
Back underway on this sweeping front straightaway, heading off into turn 1. Lando Extendo trying to pinch off the number 9, trying to hold him from getting further up. That's Jim Milton in the Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet Camaro. So holding side by side for right now, but Lando does have the advantage heading off into 3, and it looks like he will clear. Mr. The Twoon coming on around the outside there. Excuse me, the Mr. Twoon coming around the outside. Trying to see if he can get around Jim Milton. Tell you what, Biker, that outside line is looking pretty racy early on here.
Yeah, it is, huh? We'll have to see just how it goes. I want you to know that Dunlap in the 7 car has quickly passed 4 cars in the back and is making his headway up to the front as he's coming up to the rear of Mr. Twoon, I believe.
Well, if you remember correctly, back in Season 3 here in the Xfinity Series, the inaugural season for the Xfinity Series, Dunlap was probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest racers in the Xfinity Series at that time, as we have a battle for the lead going on. Lando Extendo on the bottom, trying to go around Playboy Icy heading into turn 1. Side by side and even through 1 and 2. Will Playboy have the advantage on top? Another thing you'll want to keep an eye out on, this track does seem to have a very slick inside lane coming off of turn 2. I'd say that 1 and 2 are probably the most treacherous here on this 2-mile D-shaped oval. And it looks like Playboy Icy will hang on for now, but coming back down on the inside with a little bit of drafting help is Lando. Lando's going to drive it in deep, but Playboy Icy's got that arc on the top side, but that's not going to help him this time, as Lando will pull right out in front of him. Good racing early on. Here comes the number 4. That's Dark Knight and Jim Milton in the number 9 going for second on Playboy. Jim not quite having the run off of 4 like he wanted to.
We got 3 wide. We're pounding them on the infield here. Whoever, I don't know who's in the number 8 car.
That's Stagg.
Oh, he was knocking Milton down on the infield a little bit. Now Milton has come up and got the number 4 car a little bit.
This is a hornet's nest right now. Oh!
Yes, it is.
I thought that Dunlap in the 7 was going to go for a ride as they came off of turn 2, but so far no harm, no foul. Playboy Icy still pounding on that back end of the number 68 of Lando. Let's take a look back from Lando as they go into turn 1.
Sure, we have Twoon in 5th spot right now. And we have Dark Knight in 4th. And I'm trying to see who's in 3rd real quick.
I believe that would be Stagg.
Is it Stagg?
Yep, I believe that is Stagg in the 8.
Car. In third place is the '08 of THC Drip Rev.
Oh, never mind. I apologize.
Yeah.
I mean, those two are so close.
Yeah, the cars look very, very similar. And one's '08 and the other one's 8.
Looking up top
so
of you.
That's where we are. And right now, the Rev is putting the pressure on Icy, going low, trying to put a move on him and catch Lando. And he just quite couldn't get there. Looks like Lando's a little loose coming out of 2.
Well, don't forget, this track is so rough. I would almost say it's like driving on the moon. It's so rough out there.
Well, it is definitely bumpy. If you notice cars going down the backstretch, it's just a little bit of a roller coaster ride to get from turn 2 to turn 3.
3 wide for the lead. It's THC down in the bottom.
Inside. Yeah,
with Dark Knight with the push.
Yeah, looks like they're going to make their move. And THC made it, but boy, they all got bottled up coming off of 2. And you have Twoon got a little bit of tail in there.
Beautiful save by the 13 of Mr.
That
Twoon.
was a great save.
I'll tell you what, if I could record clips for this race, that would probably be it right there. That would definitely make the highlight reel.
Well, right now you got 12's got a buddy in dark. And they're trying to... the O-Rev and the 08, has a buddy in dark pushing him. It looks like dark is floated to the outside here, and it looks like Playboy Icy is trying to come underneath him. We'll see what sorts out here on the back stretch. As Lando had brought it 3 wide and come up on the inside of Icy, and boy, these guys are underneath a blanket, and it looks like the number 7 car got in there in the mix a little bit.
That's right. That's Dunlap in the number 7 machine. The only guy that's not running for the championship in this top 5 right now is Dark Knight. All the other guys are trying to get the win and lock themselves in to the playoffs, which will be coming up in a few months. Again, this is only race 2.
I'll tell you, I was looking at Big Country here. His car is really pushing coming out of 2. He's going to have to make some type of adjustments when he gets a pit stop.
Big Country in the number 47 Trump 2020 machine. As Visceral in the number 54 went by. So yeah, looks like Big Country, our series owner, one of our main series owners, definitely struggling early on here at Auto Club Speedway. Let's go on live.
We got this pack of 5 up here, still fighting it out.
Little bit of contact as we're riding on board with Lando Extendo. He's trying to make his way around the number 4 of Dark Knight, pinching it real tight there.
Well, right now you got Icy come in and gave Dark Knight a little tiny push. And it looks like the Rev had gone up and did a little blocking action up top and then got back down low.
Just a little bit. Rev still leads. Dunlap trying to make a move on the outside. He's
trying to make a move on the outside, isn't he? and now he's got Icy pushing him with Dark Knight on his inside.
Lando got loose there coming off of turn 2, so he's drifting back. So that leaves a pack of 4. Checking on our live stream that I'm following, that is Dark Knight in the number 4 machine. Oh, that was the end of the stage.
We got the 5 and the 7. That was the end of the stage because they were bouncing off each other. I wondered what was happening there.
What a race so far. Congratulations, Stage 1 winner, THC Rev.
Yeah, the drip, man. Kidding me?
Can you feel the drip?
I didn't hear anybody talk about the Rev before the race, but I'll let everybody know here. He's fast.
He is very fast.
He is a former Cup driver that decided he just wanted to relax back in Xfinity and trucks this season. and we knew he was going to be a force here. We kind of didn't say anything about him before the race because I myself wasn't aware that he showed up, but here he is, and he's putting it down. For the restart, we have Dark on the inside, the Rev on the outside of one, and you got Icy and Dunlap behind both those two.
Did you notice that Dark Knight back in his favorite color matchup, black or green on black?
Yes, green on black.
Remember back in season 3.
Twoon just fell into the infield there, lost it a little bit, so he's dropping way back. And right now you got Jim Milton in 5th place, riding the bumper of Dunlap, who's riding the bumper of Rev, who's riding the bumper of Icy and Dark Knight.
I think Twoon has a little bit more severe issues than he'd like to admit. His car struggling profusely to get off these corners here. I think he's got his car a little bit too loose. Might want to lower the right rear tire pressure there a little bit.
Yeah, who knows? But you got Lando getting himself back in the mix with the top 4 again.
That's right.
And you have the Rev has dropped back to 5th place with Milton in 6th.
With Stagg right behind them.
And with Stagg in the 8th.
Dark Knight still leads.
The Pepto-Bismol brothers.
Yeah.
The
what
16
a pack
of MF Brown had lost it is in the infield, turn 3. He's getting back on the track right now.
Looks like we're still under green. New for this season, the Xfinity Series will be doing manual cautions. Oh!
Yeah, I don't know.
There goes the 98. Wes Bowen hard into the inside wall. The 54 round as well. If the caution doesn't come out now, there will probably be a manual caution, which I was just about to bring up.
Yeah, I don't remember that they actually practiced them like they were supposed to before they were going to institute them into the race. I don't remember them practicing during practice that. So there may not be any this evening.
We'll just have to find out. At least for right now, we are still under green. Playboy Icy running in the 4th spot. Right behind Dark Knight, Lando, and your leader Dunlap in the number 7 machine. Here comes Jim Milton. Trying to make a move down on the inside of 3. He's inside of Playboy Icy, tucked right up behind. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Tucked right up behind Lando Extendo. And that will bring the Pepto-Bismol brothers. Oh, nope, that will be a manual caution right there.
Well, so there you have it. They are going to run one.
What will happen here is everyone will fall in behind our race leader, Dunlap. Then that will give everyone a chance to come down pit road, take 4 tires, make adjustments. Anyone who might be a lap down, which I don't think there is at this time, will have the opportunity to get the wave around, get back on the lead lap, enter the pits, and then catch back up to the rest of the field. Once the cars get back on the backstretch after making pit stops, the field will implement the choose rule, where you'll be able to choose whether you want to restart on the inside or the outside.
And Knut, if you were in this race, what's your preference, inside or outside?
Honestly, depends on how my car is feeling. If I'm feeling a little bit loose right now, I want to restart out on top. That means I can swing my car out wide and give myself plenty of room just in case I don't make the right adjustment here during this pit stop. However, if my car is working pretty darn well, I'm going to restart on the inside.
There you go, and you have it from one of the better drivers and racers in the Cup Series. Just told you how to restart on this track depending on how your car is doing.
Well, don't forget these Xfinity cars also have a lot less downforce than the Cup Series cars, so it takes a very, very different driving style to drive these machines here. Looks like Lando Extendo will be exiting the pits first with Jim Milton in second and Dunlap restarting in third. Little issue between Dark Knight and Playboy Icy coming out of the pits. Coming out at the same time, maybe?
We'll have to see.
So I would believe that the number 68 of Lando, will be restarting on the inside. With Dunlap restarting in second. Jim Milton will be on the inside of row 2 with Dark Knight on the outside. Playboy Icy will be on the inside of row 3 with Stag on the outside. Inside of row 4 will be the number 08 of THC Drip with Woody making his way up in the 8th spot in that black and white number 93 machine.
These guys got to stop bumping bumpers. They're going to cause damage on somebody's car.
They're getting set.
It looks like they're getting ready for the restart. There's a restart zone, and here we go. Not
big
bad.
restart. Big restart advantage by Lando Extendo.
Oh, wow. Was that Jim Milton that shot right down to the bottom from the top?
In the 9,
It
yes,
sure
that was.
And he's right behind Lando with the Icy on his outside.
What a move by
back
Jim.
Back here in the pack, the back part of the pack's looking real well. Seem to be doing really fine on this restart.
You know, Jim didn't really show up to a whole lot of races last season, but when he did show up, he was fast. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do in Season 5 in the Xfinity Series. As we follow him side by side with Dark Knight up on top there. Dunlap behind Jim on the inside, Playboy Icy on the outside, and Stag holding on to 6th place back there.
It looks like Woody is running right behind Twoom, who's running right behind the Rev. And they're trying to stay up with the lead pack, which I think they're doing a pretty good job of it here. It looks like the lead pack slowed up a little bit.
Just a little bit, but that doesn't mean that that slowed up Lando any. A little bit of contact there.
Oh, wow, there was some contact. As I'm back here observing the area of Woody and Twoon, back here in 9th and 10th place, or 8th and 9th place. And Dunlap has just got some wall, and he has fallen back 10th, 11th place at this point in time.
Tough break for the number 7. Yeah. You know, Hammered Down was planning on retiring the number 7 machine in respect to our lost comrade.
Jim Milton just came down into Twoon as Jim Milton is falling back.
I think Jim may have gotten up into the wall there.
He would be in 8th place now.
He's have a new leader.
Woody, who's in 7th.
Dark Knight made a pass on Lando Extendo going into 1 and 2, but Lando with a power move back on the inside. He's got drafting help from Playboy Icy. So Lando back to the lead. Playboy Icy tucked in right behind Lando.
With Rev type right behind him and Stag right behind Rev. I'll tell you, I'm not going to count Twoon or Woody out. They're right behind the front group right here, and they're running a good line and staying right with them.
Yeah, but this top 5 right now is looking like they're going to be tough to beat. Most definitely the top 3, but THC Drip Rev definitely making his presence known as he goes to the outside of Dark Knight, bringing along Stag right along with him on the top. Now Icy, Playboy Icy down on the bottom going for the lead.
And he's got the Rev behind him pushing him. With Dark behind the Rev and Twoon behind Dark and Woody behind Twoon. They seem to all be staying low here. Kind of getting bottled up a little bit, it looks like.
And as it looks right now, we have 3 laps left in this stage. So these guys are racing for stage points, playoff points, and trying to set themselves up for the win. So no green flag pit stops in this first couple of stages. 2 to go at the line. Little contact there between Dark Knight and Lando. 3 wide across the front stretch. That's what we like to see here at Auto Club Speedway. As Lando Extendo works his way back in the second, but Dark Knight down on the bottom. Does he have the car to hold it as Lando tries to go 3 wide?
A little bit of tapping, a little bit of door handle to door handle there.
Again, I think that's the product of the surface, not so much Lando trying to come down on Dark Knight intentionally.
Exactly.
One more trip around the speedway for stage number 2 at the line. Dark Knight trying to get a run down in the bottom. He's about a car length back from Playboy Icy, rather.
And guess who's got their nose back up front again? The number 7 of Dunlap.
Yeah, it didn't take him long. Off of turn 2 for the final time in this stage. Dark Knight and Icy battling side by side, heading into turn 3. Will Rice stick it in there? He's gonna! He's down on the apron, not quite enough grip to get it done. So now it's down to Dark Knight and Icy.
What great racing. Look at this. Where we have 8 cars just bottled up like this.
Right at the line, Icy!
There you go.
Sorry for screaming in your ear, biker.
Oh, that's okay, man. It's all right. You know, I called out Icy's going to win this race, and I'll tell you what, those guys up at the front, they're showing some real skills, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're all exchanging positions. They've all been from 1st to 5th and back again, and it's been some real exciting racing up there.
All right, so 2 stages down and half of the race to go. It's going to be approximately, I would say, 30 laps to end up this race? So we're looking at
a couple of pit stops, probably.
Maybe 2, maybe 1. We'll see. Again, 13 laps of expected fuel. No more than 15 laps.
Okay, we got Icy on the bottom with Rev on the outside for this restart. And we have Dark Knight and Lando right behind him.
Happy chimed in earlier. I missed it. I apologize. He said long run cars are showing up now. And yeah, these cars do have to hang on for that long run, especially if it goes green for the rest of this final stage here towards the checkered flag. Here comes THC Drip. Down on the bottom, he's got Lando pushing him. But Icy's got the run on the top side.
On his butt. Yep. I'll tell you what, those 4 guys are just a little ahead of Twoon and Woody, who are, I think, getting right back in the mix again here.
Who says that the Toyotas are the worst cars in the game? We've got a Toyota leading Chevrolet, and Toyota Twoon.
Lando got touched by the number 7 car.
He's going around. That'll be a caution as the 93 of Woody goes up and over.
Yeah, I think they both were collateral damage from that.
Not entirely sure what happened there, but yeah, that will definitely bring out a caution.
What it looked like to me is the 7 got a little loose and put Lando up to the wall, and Lando came down and took Woody out, is what it looked like to me. They were both collateral damage from Dunlap. I think losing it on those bumps. You know, those bumps coming down that back straightaway, if you're just not paying attention on one of them, they can throw you sideways, and I think that's what happened to Dunlap.
You know, I kind of feel like this track could have done with a little bit of grinding to make the D-shaped oval last, at least on the straightaways here. But, yeah, it's unfortunate that we are going to the short track
And we have a new pole sitter.
That's Cali Boy.
Uh-huh.
Cali Boy in the
how,
number 21
if
machine.
he didn't pit or what happened or it only took two or
I think he's
because
trying to play a strategy here.
He was kind of back in the pack. Well, his strategy is to knock the front runners out.
Yeah, he's just going to get run over.
I'll take it. I'll go in there 4 wide.
5 wide!
Move out in front of everybody. That was beautiful.
Visceral in the wall.
They're all bouncing around, getting excited here in the third stage. They need to calm themselves down and remember it's patience. If you have a good car, you will slowly but surely find your way to the front.
Oh,
if
couple cars on the wall.
Just hold a good line, and here is a wreck.
Oh, yeah.
And a yellow flag should be coming out on that.
Big time caution there.
That shouldn't be a manual. They should be getting a yellow flag here.
Yeah, that's definitely a yellow there. You know, Baker, I wonder if during that last caution, if Cali Boy was having a little bit of trouble like you've had in the past, where the game doesn't register you saying that you want to pit.
Exactly. So I'm wondering that myself because he is really not in the top echelon of these cars, and it kind of showed going through 1 and 2. I'm surprised that Icy and Dark were able to squeak their way through there when there were 4 wide coming out of 2.
With how much better of a game this game is compared to 21 Ignition, NASCAR Heat 5 is not without its faults, as MF Brown restarting on the pole.
Well, MF Brown decided he didn't need to pit because they only ran 2 laps, and he wanted to be at the front, see if he can show them what he's got. We'll have to see how it goes here.
You know,
we got Milton coming down. MF Brown went on to the infield there. And
that's going to be something big as the 7 of Dunlap is around. Twom going down into the infield. As is the 54 of Visceral Killer. Dunlap still spinning off a turn 2.
Yeah, he looks like he's lagging or something. I don't know.
But we stay green as another car goes down into the grass.
He's not happy about that, I'm sure, but we still have everybody up here fighting for it. You got Lando on the inside. You got my boy Icy right behind him, with Dark right behind Icy, with the Rev right next to Dark, and we got the number 98 car coming up on the inside.
Yep, the 98 is one of our newbies. That's Mikey Dan Man Sr.
Yeah. Mikey the Man, I call him.
Yeah, I think he was following your advice.
So
Be
who's
patient.
Plowing the grass
I think that was Dunlap.
Go a lap down.
Dunlap spun coming off of turn 4. So I think that's going to be a manual caution there. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a manual.
Well,
so
there has to be a minimum of 2 cars to create a manual. I don't know who was wrecked. I'm going back to see if anybody's way back.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else other than Dunlap. Not entirely sure what happened, but...
Hard to say.
Regardless, we are under caution.
Yes, we are.
For the 3rd time in this final run to the checkers. And I believe that this may put everyone within the window to go the rest of the way.
Did we do 15 laps?
You know, these laps go by quickly.
17 laps? I think we only did like 7 or 8 laps. I don't know.
Well, we'll
I'd like
find
to know
out.
Which lap they're on right now.
I'm checking out with Dark Knight's live stream. Oh, nope. We still have 27 laps remaining in this race.
That's what I was thinking.
So my count was way off.
That's all right.
Race Happy says, look like the lobby may be lagging. And yeah, it most certainly looks that way.
It kind of always looks that way in the pits. Let's see what happens when they come out. is what I'm waiting for.
Here they come, coming out of the pits. It will be Playboy Icy, leading Lando Extendo, THC Drip, Dark Knight, and Jim Milton, your top 5 coming off the pit road there.
And then I don't know who's in 6th, Woody's in 7th. I'll try to find out.
6th is Mikey Dan.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, some of these newer guys in here tonight are kind of, I think, figuring out how tough it's going to be in this race when we have, you know, we got a couple of Cup guys right here on them. But you got to understand when you're talking about Playboy Icy, when you're talking about Lando Extendo, when you're talking about Jim Milton, all 3 of those are Xfinity drivers, but they are Cup drivers. Okay? Racing Xfinity, trying to get back up to the Cup Series in this league, believe me.
Well, unfortunately for both of them, being Lando Extendo and Playboy Icy, they've had to step away from the league for one reason or another. So it's great to have them back in this league.
And they're back.
Happy chiming in, saying
restarting right now. Here they go, and they're gone.
Back to Green Flag Racing. Happy chiming in once again.
That was a good start by everybody. It looks like to me. Looks like it was nice and smooth.
Happy says lagging might be the reason for the chaos in this latter stages of this race. And I can agree 100% between that and the track surface being as bumpy as it is. And
well, when I see somebody lag, we'll go from there.
You know, another thing that I'd like to point out is that this track is, in my opinion, very difficult to get your setup right, as Lando takes a peek underneath Playboy Icy going for the lead. And Jim Milton coming in behind him. Dark Knight up on top. It will be Lando Extendo leading for now. Driving on towards the wall.
Close. It's close.
Not quite. Not quite. So your top 5 as it stands right now. Playboy Icy in the 5 with second place going to Dark Knight. Lando Extendo in 3rd. In 4th there in the purple car, the 08 of THC Drip, or Rye as we know him. And Jim Milton in the 9. And here comes Mr. Mikey Dan, one of the newbies. He's in 6th there.
And Stagg is right behind him.
With Woody in 8th. Right behind Stagg.
Oh, you got MF Brown into the wall, into the infield, back up into the wall again.
Oh, that is close. Lando almost stuck it in there to go 3 wide in turn 3. Not quite happening this time. But Dark Knight still side by side. Playboy will lead that lap.
And we got one of our newcomers that I'm looking at right now, HDRS Wes Bowen, driving the 89. He seems to be running a good line. But it just seems like his car just doesn't have the oomph that the other cars have.
You know, I think that some of us more experienced HG or Hammer Down boys need to get together with him at some point. Maybe help him build some setups. Try and figure out what might work best for his driving style, and maybe help him try and figure out the track more. Again, Auto Club is a very difficult track.
That's what HDRS is all about.
That was another close.
Anybody that comes into the league with their setups or whatever help they need.
Another close battle.
Tracks, whatever.
Indeed.
But I'm actually on Wes Bowen, and I can see those lead cars up there. I mean, he's about a quarter of a backstretch behind him.
New leader, that's THC Drip Reverend in the 08. Buckle up, Chevrolet. He's going to get a little tap from Icy, and here comes Lando, 3 wide, coming off turn 4.
Oh, wow.
Four,
It's going
five
four
wide.
wide.
Holy,
It's
six
five
wide.
It's 6 wide. And Woody is coming up into that mix. And, boy, it's going to be a tough one. Oh,
Oh!
Milton.
Oh,
Milton
and there
got
goes
into
Lando hard in the
that was
wall.
Lando. Yeah,
Dunlap
Milton
involved.
and Lando got tied up there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. How did that not get worse? But wow, that was pretty impressive for people getting the guts to go 6 wide here at Auto Club Speedway.
Oh, that, you know, that's when people are too hungry too early. You know what I mean? To go 6 wide at Auto Club, and it's okay with you that you stuck your nose in there, is a little wild for this far away from the last 2 or 3 laps to finish.
Well, don't forget that we have 20 laps to go in this race.
Boy, let me tell you.
And there's still time for green flag pit stops as Visceral Killer is going to restart with the lead in the number 54 Toyota Camry.
And
no,
he pulled
sorry,
off
Toyota
to the
Supra.
side because he forgot to take a pit or something. Yeah, he got out of the way there.
Well, all he's got to do is last a few laps, and I believe it's 4 laps, and he'll be able to make a green flag pit stop and make it till the end of this race.
Well,
barring that there's no cautions.
Oh, ooh, back here we have some banging going on as we're 4 wide in the backstretch.
Yep.
Twoon, Icy, Woody, and Milky, Mikey the Man. So
Big Country back there as well as
pretty tough.
Yeah.
Pretty tough out here, man. Cars are moving around. They're not staying in the same line.
Oh, and
lap
Visceral
after
Killer
lap.
is pitting.
Everybody's changing laps.
Visceral Killer is pitting this time by. So let's check up on some of the guys back here, further back in the pack. We've got HDRS MF Brown driving the number 16 machine. He's battling side by side with one of our newer racers.
The number 21.
Uh-huh. And the 51
and
right there as well.
Okay.
Oh, 21 getting 51, up in the wall.
The 51 is Pro Hit Pace, and the 21 is the Cali Boy.
That's right.
And yeah, Cali Boy seems to have a hard time holding it straight on the straightaway. So I don't know what's going on there. And we have Visceral Killer coming out of the pits at this time.
I just transferred up to Dunlap, and he's at the back end of a Hornet's Nest. Let's go on board with him. See if we can follow him, help him navigate this traffic.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man, these front cars are something else. I'm following Big Country, and he's right in the mix here. He's right behind Lando. Boy, look at them all feathered down on top of each other.
You know, I wish that we could... Oh, there
Dark
goes...
is laughing. There goes Jim Milton again. As Dark is moving out, slowly but surely getting another car lead on the pack, but it looks like our boy Playboy Icy is in second place, trying to run him down. Boy,
Dunlap. Oh, geez, what happened there? Looked like there was a sudden lag surge. It's Twoon pushed down in the wall. That collects Stag. And looks like Wes Bowen as well. Oh, that's unfortunate for Twoon and Stag. They were running so well in that lead group.
Oh, man, we'll just have to see how this is going to break out. How many laps do we have left now? Are we within the pit zone?
Yes. Yes, 4 tires and fuel here will get you to the end.
Oh,
so now it's all about who's got the best car. Who can manage their car on the long run. If we get the long run.
I didn't even realize that Big Country in the number 47 Camaro has race fans for Trump 220 on the back of his car.
Yep.
A little late for that, but you know, it was good when it started.
Driving the Joni Machek
so we
machine.
have Dark Knight up front. You have Mikey the Man on the outside. You have Icy behind Dark, and you have Jim Milton behind Mikey the Man. On the restart, you have Lando Extendo now behind Jim Milton, who moved down on him, which Lando he decided he's going anyway, because it looks like he has the drip behind him.
Well, you got to try and escape that drip. His car's going around further back. Not exactly sure who's involved there. That looks like it might be the 21. That will bring out a caution. Wes Bowen involved. Cali Boy and Visceral Killer involved as well.
Well, I'm sure Visceral's not happy because I'm sure it's one of the new guys that had a little error there, a mistake. But it's going to happen, and that's what Xfinity is for. It's a learning process, custom setups to move forward, so we'll see what happens. We're still going to have, I'm sure, Dark, Icy, Lando, Jim Milton will be up front, I'm sure. And you got Twoon just kind of back here with the boys in this pack behind him.
I think that's going to put us at 8 laps to go in this race.
We got Dark Knight with Icy on the outside, with Lando on the inside of Jim Milton. In row 2, you got the drip behind Lando in row 3, with the 47 of Big Country on the outside of the drip.
Back to green flag racing here. Dark Knight trying to hang on to it as there is 6 laps remaining. 12 miles to settle who's going to win race number 2 here at Auto Club Speedway for the Hammer Down Racing Series.
5.
That's right. The Hammer Down Xfinity Series.
I'll tell you what, if you like this action tonight, I'll guarantee you're going to see more of the same tomorrow night.
Well, this
Cup guys race.
This track is just full of amazing races, whether it's the Xfinity Series, the Cup Series, the trucks. Honestly, I think the trucks might just be the best race all weekend.
Trucks are going to be a blast here.
Less than 5 to go now.
You're going to have 10 guys in those trucks. They're going to be on top of each other the whole race, I bet.
Lando is your new leader. Here comes Dark Knight on the top side. Jim Milton right there with Playboy Icy, THC Drip. All these guys with little bit of contact there.
A little bit of the bumper
Twoon in the wall. That'll collect some other guys. Oh, if that isn't an in-game caution, that'll definitely bring out a manual. Wait, no, 5 laps to go. There's no manuals.
No, there's no manuals. 5 laps to go. Mikey the Man come up and took the 21 out in turn 2.
Wonder if there's some bad blood going on there. Meanwhile, back up front, Dunlap and Jim going 3 wide on Lando.
They're Dark just cut in front of Woody. I know there's just a few laps to go, but we have 6 guys up here that are going to fight for it.
I believe that will put us at 3 to go. Yes, it will. 3 to go in this 150-mile race. Let's cycle back around here. Playboy Icy. Oh, that's a 51 has gone around off of turn 2. That's still not going to bring out a caution. Has to be an in-game caution at this point. 21 could play a little bit of a roaming chicane on these guys. As we are battling for the lead, 2 laps left.
We're 3 wide. We're 3 wide at the front.
Little contact there. Milton, and that's going to be Icy hard in the wall.
7.
Tough break for Playboy Icy.
It's a
Jim
tough
Milton.
break for Milton down there.
Yeah.
And here comes Dark.
THC Drip.
Dunlap.
THC Drip, the only person in touch right now from Lando. White flag. One more trip around the speedway.
Oh boy, and we got somebody right in front of him. This is going to be interesting.
He's going to
He's
go up
moved
wide.
up out of the way. Stay up there. Good job. He stayed up out of the way. These guys who are over a lap down did a good job of getting out of the way of this front pack.
Jogging and weaving down the backstretch.
Right now it looks like Lando, Drip, Dark. Who's in fourth there
That's
again?
Dunlap in the 7 and 4th. Here he comes. Oh, that is going to be a caution. That's an in-game caution right there.
That could be the end of the race.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Caution.
After the white flag. After the white flag, no
and that would
more.
put us with Lando, Rev, Dark, Dunlap, and Big Country. Top 5.
Yep. So, Lando, THC Drip Reverend, and Dark Knight, your top 5, or your top 3, they're going to be joining us in the booth momentarily.
Well, you picked Lando, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I think Icy got a bad deal in that last lap and a half. He's been in the mix all night.
Yes, Death, you just caught the end. Death before dishonor. Chiming in last minute. And it's going to be...
I hope they pause this off.
Raz, a sour blue Raz. I'm feeling great. I want to say that sponsorship on that car has nothing to do with my actual sponsorship with Four Loko. So I want to say I am sponsored by Four Loko, and I hereby pronounce my name as Loco Lando.
Loco Lando.
Loco Lando.
I like it.
How come I think that fits?
The words start with L's.
Oh, okay, that must be it. Good job, Lando. Hey, man, you know, it was tough up front out there, wasn't it?
No, it was tougher in the back.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, hey, you guys up front, 5 of you, 6 of you even at times, exchanged quite a few places during that race. It looks like everybody had a pretty good car. It's just who had the good line each time around.
Yeah, and I think that time we went 6 wide, I had the short end of the stick.
Oh, yeah. We got the short end of the stick from
Most definitely.
Jim Milton, I believe.
A few times.
Yeah.
So, first race on an oval that isn't Talladega. How would you say that this race played out for you, or for the field in general, I should say?
Well, for me, obviously, it went very well.
Yeah.
For the field, I honestly wasn't even paying attention to them. I was just, if I was in the back, I made my way to the front, and I just focused on who was ahead of me.
Well, yeah, because, you know, like I said before, there was a lot of great cars. Icy had a great car. Dark had a great car. Rev had a great car. There was just some real good cars up front. You guys put on a real great show. The sad thing about it in this race for me was why the front was putting on a great show, the back was having problems.
Yeah, it happens with new guys.
Yeah,
it always happens.
It caused quite a few cautions, but we'll learn them up and see if we can get them straightened out for next week.
Hoping so.
You know, I think this makes 2 in a row for you, Lando.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
So, I mean, some guys don't, or some people don't like to count my Talladega, but it's by technicality.
A win is a win is a win.
Amen.
Is a win.
Amen, brother.
You know, that's it.
Amen. If the horse ain't haying, then the haying ain't horsing.
That's it. Around.
So I know you, Lando, are not going to be the type to bog down for the rest of the season. You're going for as many stage points as you can, get as many wins as you can, keep the rest of the field at bay all the way up until the championship. And I imagine that's probably your strategy going forward?
My strategy is to win every race except for road courses.
Except for road courses.
You know, it is what it is.
Well, to be fair, unless Death Before Dishonor shows up, anyone can really win.
I might have a chance.
But looks like nobody else is going to join us in the booth tonight, so I think that will about wrap it up for us tonight here at Auto Club Speedway. Once again, Lando, congratulations on the win. A fantastic race out there, and you have anything else to say before we send it off?
Can somebody ship me the new Warheads 4 Loco? I mean, I can't find it in stores out here.
I think you might have to get in touch with a sales rep on that one.
All right.
Biker, you saw the race that we had out there today. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, you know, my thoughts are you looked at the guys that are more experienced. The majority of them were the ones that were up front. Those were the experienced Cup drivers, and experienced guys that have drove Cup before, that are in Xfinity, driving Xfinity. I think they put on a great show. I think there's some new guys in Xfinity that are going to have to either reevaluate their skills or come to some of us for help and help them do a little bit better, because all the problems seem to be in the back of the field with the less experienced drivers tonight.
Yep.
Do I hear some controversy? That's what I hear.
There could very well be, and I think that I think that there's definitely going to be a meeting of the minds up in the upper echelons of.
I believe that meeting of the minds is already taking place.
Yep. So with that, we will call it a night here from from Auto Club Speedway. This is Hammer Down Racing 2 for Lando. Congratulations, Biker, joining me up in the booth tonight. I am HDRS Canute 907. We will see you tomorrow night, where Biker and I will take on the rest of the Hammer Down Racing field in the Cup Series at Auto Club Speedway, and I believe that it will be Big Country broadcasting our race tonight. Not 100% sure.
I believe so. And Canute, you know, like always, I'd like to tell everybody, have fun, enjoy your life, look for happiness every day, and as always, Biker will be living his life behind bars. Good night, everybody.
Good night indeed. We will see you all tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern, for the Hammer Down Racing Cup Series race at Auto Club Speedway. Have a good one, everybody.